Sawadee-kap. April the 13th. Hashtag good times. Got the curtains open today, so it's going to be all washed out, and the video is going to do all kinds of weird, funky shit. Sorry. Just airing the place out. Googig, who you all don't know yet, but you will, is coming over to clean the condo today. Yay, finally. Gets a real clean instead of just me, like, you know, paper toweling up here and there and shit. Instead of bachelor clean, it's going to be clean. Very happy about that. So the 13th, the only permanent thing in the entire universe is what you set up in your own mind. Okay, let's investigate, shall we? It is true that most of our limitations are self-imposed. Okay, we're with them so far. We believe that certain things are impossible because we've convinced ourselves that they are. That's also true. In one experiment, scientists place a glass divider between two fish, one of which preyed on the other. At first, the predator banged against the glass repeatedly. It might not have been a predator. It might have been, well, never, keep it PG. Okay. But eventually, it gave up. After a time, the researcher removed the glass divider, but the fish continued to swim benignly in their respective sections. If at first you don't succeed, try again. We too are creatures of habit. Make sure you test your boundaries occasionally. Okay, he's got me. I'm feeling it. As you grow and develop and become better at what you do, you may find that things that once limited you no longer do. Spend some time occasionally in productive daydreaming, considering, that's called brainstorming, by the way, productive daydreaming, brainstorming, considering what you would do if you could do anything you wished. You may find that your dreams are within the realm of possibility when you establish definite, measurable goals and have a plan for achieving them. There we go. Tied that up in a nice little friggin' bow for us. Go Napoleon. You the man. Yeah. Permanent thing in the entire universe is what you set up in your own mind. In other words, things change. My agents, some of them love me, some of them hate me. They can recite my little sayings, right? Because I pound it into them, because I found that people need to hear something more than once. So we would have training, and I would say some of the same, I don't know, you call them catchphrases or whatever, some of the same beliefs, lessons over and over. One of them that I taught them was time and circumstance change everything. And that's absolutely true. And what that means for a realtor or an investor is a no today might not be a no a month from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, because time and circumstance change everything. Maybe the person gets divorced, maybe the person got sick, maybe the person got a job transfer, maybe the person woke up one day and said, fuck it, I want to do this now. It happens. People change. People are not, some people are rut people, but even rut people have change of hearts about real estate or about, diet or about whatever. Fat people wake up one day and say, I don't want to be fat anymore. I did, right? It happens. Time and circumstance change everything. In America, I was more concerned with how my food tasted. Here, I'm more concerned with what the food is doing to my body. Time and circumstance change everything. So great lesson today. I like the thing with the fish, and the fish stopped attacking the other one. Once it was stopped for a while, you can learn a lot about people by studying behavioral science, which is, they were doing it with fish, but similar experiments have been done with people. And, the mass mentality, and we got a lot of that going on right now. Politicians are masters of the mass mentality and psychology and mob mentality. You saw people destroying their own cities last summer. I mean, what's that? That doesn't make sense for anyone. The politicians, they benefited from it. So, it's a very fascinating topic that you can learn more about and dive deeper into. And because you're dealing with people, and it's like, call it in your business, it's good to learn about people. It's not wasted time when you learn about people, because this is a people business. Chris Horns, one of my favorite guys I talk about quite a bit. Hustler, guy just working, grinding, right? Putting in the work, putting in the time. He told a story the other day on Facebook about meeting this lady and hearing all kinds of interesting stories about what happened in the war, World War II. Right? She's in 80s, I guess now, 80s or 90s. And it just touched his heart. You can tell by the way he posted that he really enjoyed the conversation with this lady. Was he calling her about real estate? Yeah. Is he going to get a real estate deal done? Probably. But that's not the point. He enjoyed his interaction with this woman. So I posted, when you get into this business at first, you're doing it for money or thinking about money, or you think the business is about money. After you do the business for a while, you find out it's about people. And he's like, yeah, you're fucking dead on. So there you go. It's about people. It's a people business. And being an entrepreneur is being a people person. You're solving people's problems, and you make a nice living doing that. That's what it all comes down to. So, cool beans. That's a wrap for today. 301. Hey, we made it. And 64 days from now, I'll be doing number 365 sometime in June, right? I started this thing in the middle of June last year during the pandemic, so it will end up, and I'll be interested to see what life is like, because that thing is still kind of hanging around. They're like outbreak the other day, 186 new cases in Chiang Mai, lock down the bars, lock this down. So I'm very interested to see what it looks like 1 year later, from when I started this, because obviously June was in the heart of the big pandemic. I want to see how much they suck this dry for, how much mileage the government gets out of this disease, because everything goes away. MERS, SARS, bird flu, H1N1, they go away. At some point they go away, so at some point COVID's got to go away also. Oh, COVID's going to be around forever. COVID's different. No, it's not. And more and more, there's physicians who are remembering their Hippocratic oath and saying, "I serve the people, not big pharma." And not enough of them, unfortunately, but there's ones out there coming out and saying, "Guys, this is bullshit, and here's why." You don't need to take the vaccine. You don't need to spend a lot of money on, remdesivir or something like that. There's a very expensive medicine for COVID out there, and obviously that's the one that's being pushed because they make more money. Shock of all shocks. You want to make money, but somehow you think that Big Pharma doesn't want to make money. Well, they're already making millions or billions. I know, but it's not enough for those people. You got to understand it's never enough. Your government officials and Big Pharma and Big Oil and Big Tech, they're making billions of dollars, but at no point do those people say, "I have enough money." They always want more. They don't think like you and I. They're diseased. They're broken machines. So that's it for today. Good stuff from Napoleon. I'm glad I started reading this book. It's if nothing else, it's a refresher for me. Most of the concepts I'm familiar with, most of the concepts I use. I hope you use them too, and live your best life.